Hey everyone, it's me, Joe Hudicka.
And me, Laura Hudicka.
From ProductivePlay.net, and we're absolutely amped for this opportunity to welcome you to our Innovation Mindset series. This is our topic of helping our kids crush conformity and leverage their creativity. Today, we're going to help you learn to identify and overcome the conformity crush, one of the leading obstacles our children are facing. Welcome to Module 1 of our Masterclass, part of a fantastic series to help you and your children build the life skills they'll need so when life throws them that inevitable curveball, they'll be ready for it.
We are so excited to have you on board for two reasons. One is that you have identified that your children are faced with enormous competitive pressures, and you choose to teach them the life skills to handle it. And the second is that we're going to give you 3 takeaway strategies that you can absolutely implement today.
That's right. So what do you say, Laura? Let's get started?
Sounds great. Let's go.
All right. So first, let's talk a little bit about conformity. Society succeeds through conformity. Learning to work together as smaller groups within larger groups of humanity, well, it's the basis of how we support each other. But left unchecked, too much conformity crushes creativity. For example, did you know that children ages 8 to 10 have already seen their own number of creative attempts plummet by 25% or more? And guess what? By the time they reach adulthood, most of their natural creativity will have already been boxed up, hidden from the world forever. Now this is really both sad and scary because innovation is driven by creativity. In an advanced module of our masterclass, we'll be unlocking the 4 cornerstones of the innovation mindset and how fostering your children's entrepreneurial mindset will help them build life skills that are so vital they will be able to handle anything life throws at them.
Guys, we promise you that you will leave this workshop with 3 practical techniques that you can implement today. And if you put these simple techniques into action, you will see the results in your children very quickly.
So whose responsibility is it to teach our children these key life skills? Becoming parents doesn't somehow transform us into being great teachers, right?
Yeah, Joe. We didn't get a how-to book at the hospital after our kids were born.
So when it comes to some of you, you might be saying to yourself, I don't even know where to start, so I kind of just don't. But we all know lots of people that have had their creative spirits crushed by conformity. You can look around you every day and you see them just about everywhere, stuck in what appears to be a permanent rut. Some of the excuses you might hear from them: my job is 24/7, or my kids' school and activity schedules, they're just controlling my life, or I've simply lost sight of being me. But the real tragedy of all this is that we are teaching our kids that this is an okay or even normal way to live life. Now that's not the example we want to set for our kids, and I know you guys feel the same way because you've stepped up and joined us here today to learn how to crush conformity and launch your child's innovation mindset. The conformity crush can be very damaging, and we know you don't want it to crush your kid's creative spirit. Well, good news. We have the solution for you, and you will be able to put it into action today.
So we're sure you're probably thinking, hey, I know somebody who should be here right now. They're really the perfect candidate for this. So please feel free to share these strategies with them, because sometimes doing them with someone else actually makes them work even better and have a more immediate impact.
Because we all struggle. Take me, for example. I had a great career, tremendous opportunities. I was making an impact that I was very proud of. And then 4 years ago, completely out of the blue, my business was battered by the bubble. Now, Laura and I are partners in everything we do, including our careers.
Yes, that's everything.
And despite the bubble, we did manage to hold on several years longer than many others did. But that business's collapse was just inevitable. We just weren't reading the signals. See, we were living someone else's dream, yet what we needed to do was to live our own dream, and, well, it took the bubble for us to learn, but then we finally got it.
Yep, that big light bulb turned on for us.
So, we started learning a bit more quickly for sure after that experience, but we also knew right then we want to teach our kids to avoid such pitfalls in their lives, and we want to help you and your kids the same way. Because conformity absolutely crushes creativity. And there we were. Our client weaved this magical fairy tale of our bigger future, so convincingly that we were leaving our own fate in their hands. But this was not the me that I grew up knowing. The real me? Well, I was serving everyone else's wants and needs, putting them first. But the me I wanted to be? Well, I wanted to love what I did for a living. I wanted to take care of myself and my family, help as many others as I could, and set a great example for my kids. But I wasn't the me that I wanted to be anymore. And this was a huge eye-opener.
So guys, this was not only Joe's journey, but mine also. We were being people we didn't believe in. We were not being who we really wanted to be.
So what are the symptoms of the conformity crush? Well, first we had to understand how these symptoms manifested in adults so that we could trace our own life back to determine when the symptoms began to set in for each of us. Then we figured we could teach our children the signs to watch out for and how to crush them themselves. More than ever before, the world is dominated by a scarcity mindset. It reminds us of the old cartoons that reflected back on the Great Depression, where a family of mice would sit around their empty kitchen table, waiting for something as little as a kidney bean to fall upon the floor so they could have something to eat. But, the moment that bean touched the floor, the mice immediately began to battle it out with each other for that small bit of food. They immediately became focused only on themselves.
There's also a ton of fear in the world today, too. So many people fear that the thought of having to make life changes, fear losing their jobs or their relationships, and so they conform. They're afraid to stand out, to be remarkable, because they just don't want to make waves.
Now, the key to overcoming the conformity crush and maximizing our creativity lies within our ability to focus. We all have the ability to focus, and some of us are better at it than others. Our goal here today is to help you shift your family's focus to the positive. The more our minds become cluttered, the harder it becomes for us to be productive. We get stuck because our mind is stuck, repeatedly trying to solve problems it simply can't, or at least not right at that moment. And it's all because, as we grew up, we were taught life skills that unintentionally stifled our creativity.
We want to be really clear about this point. No one is at fault for stunning our creativity. It's not school's fault, nor our teacher's fault. It's not our family or our friends that are at fault. Conformity is crucial to human survival, but unchecked, it crushes our creativity, and we simply must stop this unfortunate cycle because creative focus fuels our future.
For example, family time's broken, but did you notice? When we were kids, our parents used to come home from work, have a family dinner where we talked and shared our experiences of the day, and then we all had leisure time to enjoy together. But today, it seems as though we spend more time staring through car windshields than we do enjoying the company of our family and friends. And even when we are in each other's presence, we glue ourselves to myriad distractions, such as the biggest culprit, portable electronic devices. We're struggling to keep up with our jobs, our homes, our schooling, their activities. We spend hours commuting and nothing on ourselves in most days. So there we have it. Family time is clearly broken. But how do we fix it? Well, the secret lies within our own creative spirit, and it's a light that burns bright inside of us, even if we haven't shown it to the world for a while.
So imagine if you could teach your kids to protect and leverage their creativity into adulthood. How would this impact their future? Well, first, our kids would explore their own passions sooner than most. Their confidence will grow as they create experiences that gain attention and positive feedback. They'll have a strong sense of who they want to be when they grow up and can create a plan to get there. And you will overflow with pride for the life skills you have helped them develop. You'll see a complete transformation in the mindset you share with your children as it reverse course from the fears of scarcity to the wonders of abundance.
Now, there are people out there that already get this naturally. So what separates these successful people from all the rest of us? You might consider Laura and I weird when we share this with you, but we actually read many business books together with our young kids.
Yes, we really do read business books together.
And, we find that these books are generally written to teach us how to create more value. So the lessons often can be applied to life in general as well as to business. For example, we recently read Outliers together by Malcolm Gladwell, which summarizes the research he conducted to discover what separates the successful people at the top of several industries from their competitors. Amazingly, Gladwell discovered that the successful people simply got a head start, that it takes 10,000 hours of practice for someone to master their craft. Yet, when we hear people assessing successful folks, we often hear phrases like, "Wow, man, they were lucky." Well, you know what? Turns out it's not luck after all. It takes a whole lot of focus, passion, commitment, and then it takes follow-through. Getting a head start and amassing lots of practice, well, that's not super easy to do without making the clear choice to make it happen for yourself. And the innovation mindset plays a vital role for the successful. They explore their creativity every day, so their confidence grows as they accumulate experience. Their communication skills expand as the world opens up greater doors to them, and they learn to collaborate naturally because collaboration is a vehicle to even higher awareness and success. These are the 4 cornerstones of the innovation mindset, and another of our modules in this masterclass will focus on these 4 cornerstones so you can teach them to your children and help them plan and pursue their own dreams, so your children become resilient and build the life skills they'll need for when life throws them that inevitable curveball.
We want to reiterate a point we made a bit earlier because although it's really scary, honestly, we can do something about it. Children 8 to 10 years old experience a 25% drop in creative attempts. They're more aware of being judged. They're more afraid to take chances and express themselves fully. This is the largest creative drop they'll experience before turning college age. We must start early because this creative collapse sets in. Unchecked conformity goes too far.
So we discovered that our kids are actually facing 4 dark forces as they grow up in the Conformity Crush. They're constantly pressured to be number 1 in everything they do. Number 2 is simply never good enough anymore. Plus, kids are exposed to mature subject matter sooner than they're mentally prepared for it.
Yep, they're viewing all of this on technology.
So now we're going to teach you the signs to look for and the techniques you will leverage to help your kids turn the tables and crush conformity in their own lives. Dark force number 1. Let's consider the first dark force of the Conformity Crush, the academic avalanche. Laura, you remember this one parent back when her oldest child, Joseph, was in elementary school? Constant overachiever?
Oh yeah, right, I remember. Class projects looks like they were constructed by Leonardo da Vinci, not a 10-year-old.
That's the one. The projects still look that way, don't they?
Yep.
All right. Teachers, feeling the pressure oftentimes that these kinds of parents put on them, often reward the children with incredible grades for those projects, even when the assignments were pretty clearly completed by their parents rather than by the kids themselves. There's this crazy race going on to the top. So many parents wanting their kids to get the best grades, get in the best schools, become the biggest leaders. But you know what's really funny? Take a look at many of the world's greatest world-changing innovators. How many even attended college, let alone graduated? Now, let's be clear. We are not suggesting college is unimportant. What we are asserting is that the key to learning is in helping our children build the life skills to find the information they need, as life presents them with different challenges to navigate and overcome. Simply being book smart leaves our children susceptible to the academic avalanche, and they deserve better guidance from us.
Number 2 on our list of dark forces is the social struggle. We recently read that 70% of parents today feel that their children are bullied. That's just terrible. Could it really be possible that the overwhelming majority of parents are that asleep at the wheel of parenting that their children are not only bullied at times, but becoming the bully themselves at other times? And then there's peer pressure. We all know the burdensome feeling of being judged by others. Plus, Joe and I personally seen cliques forming in kindergarten already. Kindergarten! Who needs reality TV when you have school-aged children? The social struggles they traverse every day are absolutely mind-blowing.
But as any of you who know me is aware, I'm an activator.
Yes, you are. You even have a tagline, go, go, go.
I actively seek out things that need to change, that deserve to be better, and I figure out how to make that happen. And the best way to initiate change is to start small and to build new good habits. So here is your first assignment, the positive focus. Here's 5 simple steps that you can implement in minutes at dinner each day. First, make this promise to yourself aloud. For the next 7 days, each day I will plan a family favorite meal. For the first time, we suggest going out to eat or ordering in if you can. That's always fun for everyone and minimizes the work anyone has to do to pull off dinner. Second, teach your family the power of having a positive focus, and use yourself as the example of the positive mind shift. In fact, start practicing right now. Name one experience that you saw or heard or otherwise enjoyed today that really stands out to you. Did someone share a big warm smile along with their good morning greeting? Did one of your kids give you the biggest, best hug ever? Keep it positive. No room for sarcasm either. This stuff works. Keep it simple, clear, and positive. Once you've explained the power of having a positive focus, explain the process. You will share your positive focus of the day first, and then each of your family members will follow with a positive focus share of their own. And trust me, within a few days, you'll all be blown away at how many of you will begin to see so many positive things to share with each other, it'll feel like you're almost going to run out of dinner time. There's good things that have been surrounding us all along, guys. But when we truly honor the good, we begin to feel so much better and wind up attracting even more positive results. Like it's magic or something.
Hey guys, we do this daily at our dinner table, and it always surprises me what each person has to say. It's such a great way to connect as a family.
So let's move on to dark force number 3, the technology tragedy. Remember when kids used to compel parents into family activities through crafty techniques like, geez, I'm bored? Well, today, kids and parents alike immerse ourselves within our electronic devices and hide. You see it everywhere. The dad that drives into the back of the car in front of him at the traffic light because he was trying to send a text message to someone back at the office. I did that. Or the child that walks into a door because they were so immersed in their music video that they did not notice the barrier they were approaching sooner. I've seen kids do it. This is also where kids find their way into content they're not yet ready for. And oftentimes they're scared to even tell anyone what they've seen or heard. And now there's even cyberbullying too. As if the school bus and the school hallways wasn't enough to cope with, bullying is now 24/7 with nowhere for kids to hide.
Technology is a tool that helps to create even more tools. We need to teach our kids to use technology efficiently. Yes, it has entertainment value, but our kids will be expected to have pretty advanced technology skills to differentiate themselves in their adult professions. So leverage the fun aspects of technology to get your kids engaged with it, and then help them discover ways to leverage technology with help like this. Your kids will have what it takes to overcome the technology tragedy.
So here's your next assignment. Assignment number 2, establishing common ground. You and your kids in shared technology. I personally love this assignment and save it for weekends mostly.
Me too, I'm a big gamer.
So repeat to yourself, each weekend I will ask my children to name an app they love. Then I will download it, have them teach me how to use it, and continue until we find a social app that we love and can interact with each other with wherever we are. The common ground exercise is really powerful because you will meet your children where they are, and in doing so, you will naturally become more aware of the experience they're having online. Remember, you cannot protect your children from harm if you don't even know what is harming them. So plug in together.
So this entire masterclass really comes down to a simple fix. What's the fix? Focus on the fun. Successful adults do what they love, so it's easier for them to love what they do. Nurturing your child's innovation mindset empowers them to plan and achieve the life of their dreams. Remember who's driving. This is about your child's future, not yours.
So we are sharing 3 core strategies with you today in this module of our masterclass. And you've already had a head start in implementing each because today we're giving you a simple assignment for each that you can implement quickly. Starting right now, in fact. A week from now, your family will practice a positive focus every day. You will have created an opportunity for your kids to teach you something, and together you'll focus on the fun. After all, anything worth doing starts with being fun.
Speaking of focusing on the fun, here's another great meal idea because it really produces positive focus.
We're about to share the 5 secret steps, a formula to having your very own entrepreneurial family adventure together. Now, if there's one thing we learned about learning something new, it's to follow our own core strategies and focus on the fun. The remaining modules of this masterclass will allow you to dig really deep into these topics, but we cannot possibly cover all that ground here today. Plus, if we threw too much at you right away, well, you might start thinking it's kind of like work, and well, that's absolutely not fun, right?
So here are your 5 simple steps to creating your very own entrepreneurial family adventure in your 3rd assignment. First, share this important part of your childhood story with your kids. What did you dream of becoming when you grew up, back when you were their age?
Second, ask them to share what their dream is currently. Who do they think they want to be when they grow up? Be sure to let them know they can change their dream whenever they want to. Thirdly, ask them why this is their dream. This will help them think it through and help you experience their imagination journey with them.
Fourth, brainstorm together. Discover 3 activities to help them get a taste of their dream today. Fifth, get those activities on your calendar and make them happen.
That's right. It's that simple. And it's a blast to map out entrepreneurial adventures together anywhere, anytime, especially over meals. So look, these exercises are awesome for sure, but if you're anything like me,
remember his tagline, go, go, go.
You'll want to go even faster. So we've got an extra bonus for you. The best times to leverage the Entrepreneurial Adventure Guide are Friday evenings or Saturday mornings. This gives you the ability to do the activities right away that weekend. Planning your adventure over a meal blocks out negative thoughts, replacing that space with fun and anticipation. And tomorrow, you'll definitely want to check your email because we'll be sending you a free copy of our Entrepreneurial Family Adventure Guide as your free bonus. Just click the link in the email tomorrow to download your free Entrepreneurial Family Adventure Guide, which you can use online or print a copy and bring it with you on your next adventure together.
Now, some of you might be saying to yourself, yeah, but look, we get it. You guys already have jammed up your schedules. But are you really enjoying that time? Are you creating memories together? Or are you feeling like you have a second job as a taxi driver?
Well, let's recap together so we can help you reconnect with our shared purpose in helping our kids crush conformity and launch their innovation mindset. Society succeeds through conformity, but conformity crushes creativity. And anyone who makes a difference in life knows that innovation is driven by creativity. Together, we will teach our kids the life skills they need so they're prepared for anything. You must be aware of the academic avalanche, the social struggle, the technology tragedy, and be sure your kids are driving their own dreams. Now, we gave you 3 great assignments: the positive focus, the common ground, and the Entrepreneurial Adventure Guide. And you can get started on them all right now. In fact, I bet most of you have already begun the positive focus, right? I knew it. Awesome.
So, okay guys, this may sound a lot, so please honor yourself and just take some baby steps. Do the positive focus exercise for a week, starting now. Find a fun app you can share with your kids. Plan your first entrepreneurial family adventure together, and then follow through on the activities you guys mapped out together. You'll be very happy you did.
That's right. So, look, congratulations. You've completed Module 1 of our masterclass, Crushing Conformity and Launching Your Child's Innovation Mindset. And like we shared with you earlier, we've got a series of productive play modules to help you and your family amplify your results. So please stay tuned for more information about that, because we only offer the full masterclass a couple times a year and space is very limited. And when's the best time for you to start?
Right now!
So enjoy your family's first positive focus tonight at dinner. Have a blast learning a new app with your kids this weekend, and download your free Entrepreneurial Family Adventure Guide tomorrow. Thank you, and keep a lookout for our next module. See you guys soon.
Thank you, guys.